The reality of living in America is this. You'll work a job and you'll barely get any income from that job. And you have to choose between getting gas or food. Sometimes you might not even be able to afford either. Now, before anybody tells me, oh, get another job. One, I don't believe that's the way that life is supposed to be, where you get another job. There's plenty of wealth and plenty of commodities to go around for everybody. Well, that's one. And two, all the jobs are structured the same. You barely make any income, you move along the ladder, you give your life away to the company, and then you retire. And guess what? You're just over broke. Just over broke. For most of us, we're literally one paycheck away from literally being homeless. It's a sad truth. For anybody that thinks, I want to come to America and it's going to be this land of opportunity, sure, it potentially be. But the reality of it is that you just end up falling right victim into the same system. Hopefully, something changes, man, because this just doesn't feel like this is what it's supposed to be.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
America is the worst place when it comes to social life. Like, I've been back in the States for about a week now, and I have no idea how people live here. Like every time I've come back to America from either like Asia, Africa, like it's just like I have a reverse culture shock, because it seems like people are just like dead inside. Like, you look at people's eyes and it's lifeless, and then you just like ask people like, oh, okay, today's Friday, what is going on today? Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, okay, what you been doing? Like, I've been going for like 4 months. Like, what have you been up to? Nothing, man. Just maintaining, you know, man. I'm like, yo, like, what the hell have you been doing? Like, every time I leave, like, I leave 3 months, 6 months, and then when I come back to America, it seems like nothing ever changes. Like, people are still in the same rut that I left them in. Like nothing ever changes, and the people are just like lost. Like, it really looks like people are like zombies here. Like,
I need to do another LB update because this is kind of funny. So, you know, in the last video how I said that I was actually kind of excited to go into the office for the first time because I haven't talked to anybody in like 2 days, and as much as I hate going into the office and being confined to my little cube windowless box where the air hasn't been circulated with the outside world since the fucking building was built, and the carpet and the air and everyone sneezing and coughing just really doesn't make me feel or leave me feeling very good. Okay, so I go into the office and I'm actually talking to my coworkers for once because I'm so eager to talk to them. They're like, Jimmy Carter just died, and they're doing a viewing of his body at the Capitol, like in the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. at the very top, the rotunda. The rotunda itself is actually really fucking cool, but we end up waiting in line. We left at like 4 or like 3:30, but we got into D.C. at like 4, and we waited in line in the cold, in the freezing fucking cold. By the end, I was like, my toes are actually numb and going to fall off for 2 hours. Line for 2 hours. It was fucking freezing. And now today, I have a cold.
Is anyone else experiencing this kind of like disconnect and just general disinterest in the job search? I just feel like I don't care anymore, and it's so bad. Like, because I graduated in 2023, so I did work a little bit in my field. I did have a job in accounting for a little bit. Well, right now I'm still waiting tables. My parents are just really getting on me because they're like, Olivia, you need to act like you're unemployed. Like, you're getting comfortable with your job. And it's like, no, I'm not getting comfortable. Like, in fact, I want to get out of serving. Like, it's great for what it is, but, you know, it's ultimately not what I want to do. And I do want to get out. But this other life, this like 9-to-5 life, doesn't seem very attractive to me anymore. And I just feel really disillusioned with the whole corporate life because, you know, for all the shit that you guys go through, at the very least, you could have job security, but you don't. Like, I'm really realizing that there's no such thing as job security. People used to tell me, oh, get a government job. Y'all see what's happening with the federal jobs? Like, their whole department's being laid off out of nowhere, no notice, no nothing. You would think that with everything that y'all go through and how much time and energy you pour into these jobs that they would treat you better, and they don't. I have to move back in with my parents, so it's just something I'm thinking about because I know they're going to be on my ass about the job search and things like that. And it's not even that I'm lazy. It's just that I don't want to fight for something I don't actually want. It just doesn't seem worth it. Not only do we not have the same level of job security that our parents and our grandparents had, but we also can't afford anything. Even if we do have these jobs, even if we do have this job security, a lot of people can't even afford to pay their rent. At least back then, you guys could pay your rent. You know, you could pay your rent, you can buy your car, you could buy houses, you could afford to eat, you could afford to have fun. We don't have that same reality. The way prices have gone up in comparison to the way wages and salaries have stayed stagnant is insane, and nobody's talking about it. We don't have the same reality that our parents and grandparents did, and they don't want to acknowledge that. What we're fighting for is not the same thing that you guys were experiencing. So it's like, I'm fighting so hard to get some 9 to 5 that's going to pay me barely enough to rent a room in a house and live in fear every day of being laid off on a random Tuesday. And then in the midst of that, I don't even know if I can put food on the table, or if I can put food on the table. I don't know if I can put gas in my car. And if I can put gas in my car, I don't know if I can have fun, because I need to put food on the table and gas in my car. Our money is not going as far as it used to go. And I feel like we're getting gaslit about that. Like, home prices, tuition prices, like the way everything has gone up and they're paying us the same amount of money is insane. So excuse me if I have no interest in fighting for my life in corporate America. I'm sorry.
Community in the United States, and why is it so hard to come by? I've lived mostly abroad for the last 11 years, and one of the biggest things that I've noticed about living abroad versus when I'm back in the US is the community. Pretty much everywhere I go, and I've lived many, many places, I can find a community. I don't know if it's because nomads stick together, expats stick together, or it's just sort of this like bond of like none of us are from this country that we're in, but like it's just easy to find people to bond with and feel a sense of sort of like family outside of family. Also, you can pretty much guarantee that if somebody is living abroad, they probably have a similar vibe, interest, and way of looking at the world that you do. Meanwhile, when I'm back in the US, I find it so incredibly difficult to find community. People kind of stick to their family units, their kids, their husbands, whatever. And if there is a sense of community here, it's usually built around religion or something that I'm not interested in. So I'm back in the US for a little while, and I'm trying to build more community. I'm trying to like create events and bring people together. And something I'm noticing is that people are all, yes, we want this, but then they don't actually show up to the things. But everybody keeps telling me how desperate they are for community, and something that I'm starting to think is that maybe people in the US don't even really know what community is. All they know is that they feel lonely and they don't know where they fit in, especially if they don't have kids or a family. And some places are better than others. Like when I'm in New York or San Francisco, I find it's much easier to cultivate and find community. Versus when I'm in the middle of the US or Chicago, I find it a little harder. I think at the end of the day, the US is just not a culture built around the idea of community. I don't know, what are you guys finding is the best way to build community in America?
I fucking hate America. We are the most money-hungry ass country in all of the universe. I just got a fucking citation today for parking at the fucking school I attend. No, I'm not spending $300 for a fucking parking pass when I already gotta spend almost 30 grand to go to the shit. It is so infuriating because you know they have no reason to do that. They just do it because this is America and you have to pay for everything here. Sorry for my outburst. I was having a good ass day and that just pissed me off. You're like, Lauren, did you not know that you had to pay? Like, look, I go to the fucking gym, okay? And there was like no parking near the goddamn gym, like nowhere to park. So I parked in this lot. And I guess you're not allowed to park in the lot. But like, where am I supposed to park? Why can't we have shit free? We're already paying tuition. We should at least be able to park at the fucking shit. Bro, I hope this revolution starts now. And we blow up capitalism. Because I'm irritated. He walk outside without spending $100+. Damn.
I took my trip, y'all. I took my trip out the country to see and visit the place where I'm going to live. Took my baby boy. I got darker. I got so dark. But I'm just... feels good. It stinks to come back home, but it's grind mode. And getting out of that after vacation blues. But I'm so happy that God is really making a way for me to get out of the States because it's just not it for me and my son anymore. So I gotta do what I gotta do.
Am I the only person that has a job in LA? I feel like I'm the only person that works a 9 to 5. Actually, I don't work a 9 to 5. I work a 1 to 9 p.m. I'm not getting into that right now. I'm seeing all these Juneteenth events, and I see all these, you know, people have these event pages and they're always breaking down what's going on during the week. Do y'all not have to work? I can't go do jazz events in LACMA. I have a job. I can't leave on a 4 p.m. on a Friday to go sit in a grass field. Like, I don't understand. It's so expensive out here. What do y'all people do for work? How do you go to day parties on a Tuesday? I don't understand. Like, LA is not a real place. I'm convinced this is not a real city. So rent is $2,200 a month. Y'all don't have to work a 9 to 5, and y'all still have time and money to go out to sit in parks for free jazz events. You know what? Maybe I'm just a little bitter. I just don't understand. I feel like I'm literally the only person that has to work and can't never go do shit during the week. It's so infuriating.
Fridays in corporate America are so bittersweet, bro. And it's crazy, like, people scream, thank God it's Friday, but it hit different when you in the door. And it's not like you screaming it because it's been a great day or a great week. You screaming it because you tired. You tired physically and mentally. You tired of being told when to wake up. You tired of being told when to eat. Tired of being told when to leave. And how much you worth every 2 weeks. The sweet part about it is that people are so excited because they this close to having a little bit of freedom. Not even a whole full 2 days. You get like a day and a half of real freedom. And that's why people are screaming, thank God it's Friday. Sometimes it ain't even about the paycheck if you get paid on that Friday. Sometimes it's just about being able to breathe. This not to bash having a job. Like, everybody's gonna work. We gonna work whether we rich or we poor. But life shouldn't feel like a cycle of having to wait till the weekends to feel alive. And that's why I'm so heavy on becoming financially stable and ultimately financially free. Not to quit your job tomorrow, not to be your own boss or be an entrepreneur, but so you can have options, so you can rest without having to feel bad for it. You can call in sick and be like, you know what, I just don't feel like it today. Most importantly, so the weekends feel like a reward, not an escape from everyday life. When I get on here and I preach about being better and doing better with your money, it's not really about the dollar amount. It's about being able to have the freedom to do what we want to do, when we want to do, where we want to do it. Having those options, that's what I'm on here for. Like, I can care less about $1 million. We want the freedom, bro. We want the time.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
Life in America is so expensive. Like, just to be a decent human being, like, I just got a haircut, some coffee. I'm going to visit my grandmother in the hospital. I got her a blanket and some chocolate, and I'm already at like $150. This is some weird.
When you're talking about the stuff that's happening in this country, stop saying that this is not America. Stop saying this is not American, because that's exactly what it is. All this stunts, the chicanery, the lies, the cruelty, the violence, the evil, it is this country. It's as American as apple pie, because these are things, this type of action is stuff that's been happening to one group or another since before this place was a country, since before this place was America, I should say. And everybody who is sitting here saying this is not American has perhaps had the luxury of not been on the receiving end of this cruelty and these policies and all of that, but the rest of us have. The rest of us have experienced it. Our ancestors, our elders have experienced this type of cruelty and evil and violence and all of that. And those who say this is not American, do not do anybody a service. You don't do anything or anybody a service by not owning up to and realizing and holding that fact in place. This is American. This is what this country is. And in order for us, as Bond Friends and Nosferatu says, if we are to tame darkness, we must first face that it exists. So in order for us, those of us who see all this and want something better for once, for the first time in this country, in order for that to happen, we have to face the reality of this country, what it always has been, in order for us to make it something that we know that it is capable of being. And I just, that's just my little 2-minute rant. It's just, I've been seeing a lot of people saying that lately. This isn't America, this isn't us. And it's like, bruh, it is. like this is. And I'm sorry that lucky for you that you've not experienced it, but it is. So stop saying that shit so that like real true change can actually be made, because you're approaching it honestly and from the fact and the reality, instead of some vision, some rose-colored vision of what this country has been.
On my platform, I will inform and educate. Things you need to know before coming to America. Men edition. Dear men, if any woman is bringing you in this country, do not have a child right away. Within the first 5 years, do not have any children right away. It's a trap. I'm not saying wait till you get yourself together. Make sure when you come in this country, make sure you know some type of trade. Trade is the way to go in this country here. When you get here, make sure you put yourself together first. Find a career you want to do. Don't go rush it. Don't let any woman rush you into having a child. It's a trap. Oh, listen to me. Oh, listen to your sister. Oh, it's a trap. That's how they get y'all. It's a trap. Just listen to me. Do not do it. Get yourself together financially. Because if you don't have no money, women can treat you very terribly. Oh, especially if they brought you in this country. Please listen to me. Don't have any children right away.
It's a trap. Oh, it's true though. That's a trap. If you come in this country, work on your life, become stable, make smart choices. If you go and allow a girl to trap you with a child, that's 18 years commitment right there. At least 18 years. It could be more. Don't do it. Don't do it. A lot of women who do that are extremely manipulative women. They're very controlling. They're entitled, and they plan for your downfall. A lot of the times, they have not accomplished anything in life. They were pretty much losers. They have not accomplished a single thing in life. And the only thing they hold up high in the air is a child. They have not accomplished any other thing except being a mom. That's it. So be very careful with those type of women. They see you as a way to make free money every single month. They see you as a plan, as a way to make free money for years to come. For 18 years, free money. Be very careful. Women, be very careful. Men too. Men will trap you with a child. Be very careful. Especially in the States. Bruh, I'm telling you.
I'm an American that lives abroad, and I'm here to tell you that you can do it too. I left the States about 2.5 years ago, and I used to live in Japan, in Tokyo, and now I live in Shanghai, in China. And the quality of my life has skyrocketed. My professional opportunities, my income, my mental health, my physical health, and the way that I move through the world has completely changed in so many better ways since I left America. America's in a really tough spot right now, as we know, and it's not looking good. As a lot of people are starting to research and learn more and travel more, they're starting to realize the way that people live in other countries. In Japan, in China, in a lot of places in Asia, in Europe, in South America. There are hundreds of millions of people living better lives than you currently are in America, and it's really hard to hear that, but it's true. And I am somebody that has actually made the jump and gone to another place, got rid of all my stuff in America, decided that I probably aren't going back, and it was the best decision I ever made. So you may think that it's difficult and impossible. It is not. Anything that is worth it is challenging, but this can be the most consequential decision that you ever make in your life. And so many people all over the world have left America and have built beautiful, healthy, happy lives in so many other places. I found a life for me in Asia, and you can find somewhere in a lot of other places based on your preferences, the type of people you want to be around, the opportunities you want to pursue, etc., etc. So it is possible. I genuinely want you to believe that you can do it if it's something that you are interested in. And a lot of people are interested, and it's really, really great. So I hope you consider it. Follow for more.
As an elder millennial, I am very exhausted from experiencing unprecedented once-in-a-lifetime events. I'm ready for some precedented events to occur in my life. Credit crunch, 9/11, COVID would be enough for one person to experience some regeneration. But no, the gift keeps on giving. Unaffordable housing, the cost of living crisis, groceries, gasoline, war. And now a presidential election between two geriatric people and one who almost died. I've just been waiting for this life they promised us in this country. Where's the life? Where's the white picket fence, the two kids, the dog, the stable economy, the greatest country in the world? Where is that? Because I have never fucking experienced it, and I doubt our generation will experience it. America, man.
Comment down below countries that I should move to if I move out of the US, because I don't think I ever would leave, like, weirdly. It's like trauma bond. Like, I have to stay here because every other country sounds so boring to me. No offense to you guys, but like, I don't want to move to Canada. Oh, I don't want to. Even though I did go to Canada for 1 week, the entire week I felt the safest that I've ever felt in my whole life, because I was like, no one can shoot me here because guns are not allowed here or something like that. So I feel like that was nice, but it was also really, really boring. I feel like America is really weird, but it's also just like no other place is like it. And I think it's just like that odd patriotism that I have in my veins. It's just stuck in here.
I saw this one post on Hacker News that truly changed my perspective on entrepreneurship in America. Entrepreneurship is like that carnival game where you are throwing darts at a board. Middle-class kids can each afford one throw, most of them will miss, one will maybe hit the side, and one will hit a bullseye, and that's the American dream. Rich kids can afford many throws. They will try and try and try again until they hit a bullseye, then they will give a speech about meritocracy and how all it took was hard work. And poor kids will have no throws because they are the ones working the carnival.
There's something really dystopian about scrolling on TikTok and seeing people beg for you to stay and watch the video for money because they need it for their health care. Hello?
So if you don't understand, I decided I'm going to demonstrate to you what a day in my life looks like. So I was on schedule at work for about last 2 weeks. I didn't have a day off. I called in one day sick just so that I could stay in bed and sleep and just literally get back to my senses, because it's work, sleep, and that's it. I moved into this new place where I live like at the beginning of January, and because I was at work all the time and I'm alone and I don't really have anyone to help me with anything, I moved my things in, but my mess is still there. This is my kitchen because all I do is run to make it to work and then come back home to sleep. So if I want to make some nice food, I really don't have time. I just have to rush. Today I have to be at work at 3 p.m. so I was like, great. I have some time in the morning. Let me not be depressed in my bed in my fucking sleepy mess. And let me get ready to go to the pool. So I'm gonna go to the pool by myself to sit there. Here is the lovely pool. It is completely empty. Nobody's never ever at this pool. We even have a lake in the back. I'm gonna lie down right here, enjoy my view. But what's all this view for when my daughter is back in Miami with her abusive dad? And I went to the court, I went to the school, I went to abusive shelter, I went to therapy. I went to so many places where pretty much everybody told me, I'm gonna say the problem, he's a good dad. You should be lucky that he helps you raise your child. What's this pool for me when I literally spent barely any time with my daughter in the last 8 years that I've had her? And shit happens, family things get complicated, I get that, but the response of the entire society to the fact that my daughter and I are suffering is like none. It's nobody's problem. I have the palm trees and the sunshine in January, but I haven't seen my parents in 10 years, and I got married, divorced, abused, lost my child, all sorts of things, alone, completely alone in a foreign place where I'm a ghost and nobody sees me and nobody even cares.
There's no life in America. Yes. So this message is for people back home, because a lot of them come to your DM, they think all is well, they think you have all the money. No, we don't have all the money, honey. Some of us work for 12 hours in a day, some work for 16 hours, and some people work in a warehouse where they work for 16 hours. without sitting down. It's not easy over here, honey. So once in a while, check up on us. Ask us how we are doing. Ask us. We need that care. 95% of love here is contract. It is fake. People are lonely. They just need someone to talk to. They don't love. The 5% of guys, they are married back home. So their love is just to get their satisfaction. They move on. So if you have anybody in the US, check up on them. Once in a while, it's not a crime when you package something and send to us. Things are very expensive here. Most of the times you convert the money we make over here to Naira. No, we spend in dollar, we don't spend in Naira. We need our love. Personally, I need a love because there's no love here. There's no real love here. I know what I'm saying. What we get here is contract love. What we get here is fake love. Guys make you to love them. And when you start loving them, they pull out. We need our love. There's no life here. The only time you have maybe for social activities, you find yourself sleeping because you work all the day. You work all the week trying to pay your bills. So please, guys, stop billing us. We don't plug money from the trades. We work for our money. And we spend in dollar. We don't have all the money in the whole world. So we are human beings. Show us some love. And then I'll be like, oh damn, what's happening? Show us some love. Not all the time you're asking for money. You're asking for money. You need help. You need favor. You need this. You need us. We need help. Nobody gives to us. Before we solve our problems, we work for it. At times we might be sick, but you don't have option. You go to work because you have bills to pay at the end of the month.
Even for me, I have some family back home as well, but we don't talk to them. All they care about is money. That's the only conversation. Send me this. Send me this. Help me with this one. That is the whole thing. It's a transactional relationship. 100%. So it's like, you don't really care. All you care about is what you can get from another person. So we cut them off. I haven't spoken with any of them in about 8 years. No guilt, no remorse, nothing. We have our own issues over here. You guys are grown over there. Handle things. Take care of yourself. Find a way like we do over here. It's the same thing pretty much. Find a way.
A lot of people come online and deceive us about America. There's no hope in America. There's no life in America. There's no dream in America. America is only work, pay bills, pay house rent, pay blah, 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 blah. They forbid you not to enjoy for the America. Are they forbidding you people to enjoy in America? You people should stop biting the hand that is feeding you. Why are you people still here if you people are complaining? I don't finally come for can confirm pin code. Everywhere is sweet for America. Immigrants are enjoying. Come and see them. They are riding big cars. They are inside BB houses. You people are still complaining. Go to other countries and see what immigrants are passing through. People should go to other countries and see what immigrants are passing through. Then you know that God bless America. Okay? People should take their fucking advice somewhere else. We are done.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.